Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, 2018. Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing all right. If you guys are out here in LA, it's like a thunderstorm out there. It's hurricane wet water. So anyway, today's episode, we're going to be talking about the reason I got into crypto, and not just why I got into crypto, but let's explore why others, in the crypto space, other YouTubers got into this space, and why are you into this space, and why are we here, and where we're going. Let's just talk about that for today. So today, as usual, you've already heard me say this a million times. I wake up in the morning, I'm looking through the news, looking through all the stuff, and right now, just looking for something to talk about, something relevant, something, that has to do with the current events type of thing. And, a lot of times I always find something to talk about, and it leads to a humongous, long video, as always. Today, it was a little harder to find something because I felt a lot of the things that are being talked about right now, I've already talked about. And they might be new in the sense of news, but these are things that I've already, expressed, talked about. So why rehash something that was said by somebody else that I already said, and all these other things. So all of a sudden I stumble upon, Michael from Box Money, and I stumble upon a short video that he seemed to have posted last night, a few minutes. And he was just, pretty much saying, I don't feel like making the video today, but I just, decided to turn on the camera and talk. And pretty much from what I got from it, he was just saying the main reason why he got into crypto a long ass time ago, and how he just, why he's into this space. So for example, he's talked about this a lot. He brings this up every once in a while well, first of all, he's a gamer. He's always been a gamer, and that's his background. And so from time to time, as he's doing his videos or talking about his stuff, he'll kind of go back to that, talk about that a little bit. And, it's a little weird because I feel like, well, first of all, he says that that's his space and that's the view in which he wants to, start talking about his channel and all this other stuff. And then he's always kind of like pushing back a little bit or not going full steam ahead. And that started making me realize a little bit that for the most part, all of us, crypto YouTubers, we talk about all this crypto stuff, but I feel like all of us, each one of us individually, have like a niche. Each one of us, well, obviously all humans are different, we're all different, but in the sense that we're all a little different. So for example, the way that box mining got into this space, that was not my journey. The way I got into this space is just honestly, fuck, for lack of a better word, I was like one of those conspiracy theory guys. I was, hoarding gold and silver. I was doing, all these things. I love my government, but I'm also very wary of it. I was going down that route. So when I discovered the blockchain, when I discovered Bitcoin, when I discovered the implications of what that could be and that would be in the future, that's when I got hooked. It's literally hook, line, and sinker. That's it. I got hooked into the space and what this would bring for the future, what this represented for all of us. So, for example, when I listen to Ivan on Tech, and he talks about, again, just a programmer. He's a programmer, so he's talking from a programmer's perspective. Let's go back to Jason at 4. Remember Jason at 4? I don't know if you guys have listened to him a long ass time ago, but I never really listened to him. I kind of just started listening to him a little bit when he started talking about crypto stuff. But if you remember, I think it was over a year ago, 2 years ago. If you listen to his channel, if you go back, you can just go back to his channel. It was all just conspiracy theory stuff, and it was just all weird stuff, anti this, it was just and then all of a sudden he got into the crypto space, and now that's all he talks about. That's it. Same as Big Swear. You guys remember Big Swear? He used to be all about silver, all about the road to Ruta, all about all these things, and now all of a sudden he just left all that behind, and so on and so forth. So let's go back to what Michael was saying. He was talking about how, he's been into the space, I've been in this space for a very, very long time. We had Bitcoins, and I used to use them as currency, and, I used to, had so many Bitcoins that, I used to, I can't even remember the exact number, but the point is that, they were around the $100 range. So it wasn't really anything. And it's looking back at it, it's wow, look at the opportunities in the sense that I missed, but I didn't miss anything. We didn't miss anything. So let's go back a little bit to history and to see where we're at now. So like right now, we're, you know, if you guys are following, let's say, Facebook and what's going on with the Facebook situation, and you know, have you seen the Zero Hedge article? If not, I'll post it for you guys. But Facebook is dead. They're dying, and it's you know, it's literally hit the MySpace, you know, roadblock type of thing. And right now, what's going to be happening with Facebook, just like a lot of other entities, and we've already seen this happen before, more than once. If you guys are old enough, you already saw this during the tech stock, you know, what is it, the dot-com boom. Then we saw it again in 2008 with other things, and now we're seeing it again, okay? So, you know, as Facebook dies, something's going to take its place, and we already know what's going to take its place. It's already out there. Steam it, okay? And we can go down the line of a lot of companies, corporations that are going to lose out, that are going to disappear, that are going to be replaced by something else. And some of these companies, we already see the replacement, you know, like in the sense of like a Facebook or Steam it. Some companies we don't. You know, we don't know what the replacement's going to be just yet. You know, just like we didn't see Uber a few years ago. Just like, you know, we weren't expecting, you know, what is it, like smartphones just a decade ago and things like that. So, you know, right now, you know, the whole system has to collapse. Whether it's going to collapse or not, that's up for debate. We're right now witnessing and seeing a bunch of things that are, you know, tilting or, you know, heading that direction. But again, if you just look at, you know, Japan, we're just looking at a financial thing. You know, we're looking at Japan and what they're doing, what they've been doing. You know, all I see is that's going to happen with this country, in the sense that this is going to be a bull run. We're going to see little bumps in the road like we're seeing right now, but at the end of the day, we ain't seeing no crash anytime soon. There's no reason for it to crash if they're controlling everything. Now, why am I in this space, okay? And why I was, you know, the real purpose of why I started to make this video to begin with today is that this is a shout out to everybody out there that's still a little off. So for example, Michael, listen, Michael, from Box Mining, if all you want to do is talk about the blockchain and cryptos and talk about it from a video game perspective, then just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Do it, okay? You're doing a disservice to yourself and to everybody else by not doing it. And that goes along with everybody else. Anybody else that hasn't already found like the little itty nitty niche, go for it, okay? Just do it. What's my niche? I'm on the political, historical perspective side of all this stuff, okay? That's it. That's who I am. Why? Because that has been my bread and butter. That's been my background. That's been my everything since always. It hasn't been all these other things. But when I look at what all this technology, all this world change, all these things mean, and you know, again, with the technology, with what's happening in the world, you know, what happened in history before, when all these things are coming together, to me, I'm watching theater every single fucking day, you know, and we're living through the most insane, crazy times ever. And, you know, the fact that we have this power to participate, okay, in a once non-participatable thing, which is called, you know, the world stage. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It really is. So to me, this is why I'm into it, because by me just talking and spreading knowledge, I'm hoping to reach whoever the hell is out there listening to me on the other end that has whatever, you know, the power, the resources, the anything, okay, in order to get shit done. So I might say something, spark an idea in them, get it done. That's it. It's all about that. That's the only reason I do what I do, because I feel that, you know, I'm just here as the teacher, mentor, that figure, okay? That's it. I'm just here to, you know, here's the knowledge. Let me fucking put it into you. Let me put it here for you guys so you guys can access it and run with it. That's it, okay? I plan on being in this space for the longest of fucking times. We haven't even started yet. But I also do realize what I do, which is just talk and reciprocate and think and the whole futurist thing and all these other things that I do, okay? And again, just as a background that I have as a chef, as a leader, as a business person, as all these things, this is what I am trying to bring to the table. And I'm not, you know, I can easily, switch over and be, you know, going to these conferences, going and being one of these influential guys wearing the nice little suit and that whole fucking thing. But this is not me. This is not what I do. If anything, you know, I like being out here in the dirt. I like being out here in the field with everybody else, okay? And if anything, you know, we are the real soldiers in this battle, as we talked about this before, and it's all about the dirty work, being on the ground level and just getting all this done. And what do I mean by getting it done? It's very simple. Just spreading the knowledge, and as we spread the knowledge, again, this is just like a technology like a smartphone. We all use this now. So everyone will be using this in the future. When people talk to me about this stuff, it's all age groups. Someone 18 years old, someone 81 years old. And they're all asking me pretty much the same basic whatever. The guy that's 81 years old, they might know a little bit more about the financial history and financial knowledge. The one that's 18 years old might just know a little bit more about tech. But at the end of the day, they both need the same, or they both need knowledge in order to get to this point. And again, hopefully work together in order to create our future. And that's it. And what is our future? Why am I in this space? I know I keep going in circles and I should have just, you know, talked about this in the end. But my real reason for doing all these videos and why I do what I do is because what matters to me most, period, end the story, is freedom and personal sovereignty. Now, this might not be for everybody, but that's what I think is the most important human value that we all possess, and a lot of us don't even know that. And it's kind of fucking weird, and so this is why I do what I do, because I see the implications of this technology and everything that's going with this, and what it means for humanity, what it means for us, what it means for our personal sovereignty, for our freedom, for everything, so that we don't ever have to rely on anyone else, on the state, on an entity, okay, that can, again, if we need to rely on, and at the same time, if we can't survive without. And to me, it's all about getting rid of that, okay? And right now with this technology and the way we're headed towards the future, that's what the blockchain and this technology represents more to me, more than anything else. Where, you know, we will finally be able to fucking, you know, to bridge that gap in the sense of, like, you know, living in cities, being together, that whole, you know, situation, and at the same time keeping that personal sovereignty, your privacy, your all these things that we're constantly just scared of and worried about, and etc., etc. Okay? And to me, it's to bridge that gap so that we can get to that crazy, amazing, super future that we want without Big Brother. There's no need for Big Brother. Okay? There's no need for control. There's no need for any of that shit. Okay? Okay, and especially with all the new technology, we're realizing more and more, especially the ones that are coding and building these things, that, again, remember, this is really why we got into this, okay? That's it. To be free. No more shackles. Yes, there's a lot of transparency, we already know about all this stuff, but that's the point. The people that really get this, that's the point. We need the transparency, we need privacy, we need all of these things that everything brings. So we need Bitcoin, we need Monero, we need EOS, we need Ethereum, we need it all. We need Ripple. As much as we don't want it, we need it. We need all these things, okay? And it's from getting from point A to point B. That's it. All right? And it's understanding all this and staking our claims, putting our flags down, putting our feet, digging them into the ground, and knowing where we're going with all this, okay? So right now, when we see Facebook dying, all I'm seeing is that, okay, cool, Steemit is next in line. Just like when I saw fucking MySpace dying, and I saw that Facebook shit kind of coming out, I was young enough to fucking see it. I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is what's going to replace it. And that's it. We've been here many times. Even when we were in the AOL days, we knew AOL was going to die at some point, and it did. And just like everything else, it doesn't really fucking matter. So right now, our currency and our fucking system is going to fucking disappear. Our banking system is going to disappear. A lot of things are just going to disappear, like they have in front of our eyes over and over again. And very, very recently, okay? We can go down the line. So many fucking technological advances in just the last decade, okay? And a lot of these, sure, are not on the blockchain, but they're like just a few steps away from this, you know, the whole blockchain revolution thing, okay? Because remember, at the end of the day, the internet the whole internet that we know of as of today, and everything that is, you know, the Internet of Things, all these things were supposed to have been built on this blockchain protocol. It never was, on purpose, because they wanted the control. Now we had to rebuild everything, put everything on the blockchain to release that control and just have no one have any control. That's where we're at now. And that's where we have to go, and where we're going. And if you guys, whoever doesn't see this, this probably not in this space, and is probably not listening to this video, is definitely not this deep into this video. Okay? So that's why whenever I see red, whenever I see everything just fucking, you know, going to the, you know, down, it's just FOMO, not FUD, FOMO. Okay? Because it's all about understanding what we're really investing in. You know, not just our money, but our time. Okay? Because we know the ones that are in this space and are going to be in this space for a very long time, that it's going to pay off. And it's not about necessarily the money, but it's just going to pay off. We've been in this space, again, down the line. We will be in this space for a very long time. At that moment in time, there's going to be a lot of fucking people also new to this space, and they're going to be looking at us as, you know, grandpa, papa, you know, the mentor, the knowledge base, all of these fucking things. Okay? So again, this is just a super, very, very, very beginning. Okay, remember how I was talking about in the last episode where, you know, let's just compare Bitcoin to gold, and gold has been around since forever and has a humongous history with, you know, human history, you know, a humongous parallel history with humans, and, you know, and that whole thing. But Bitcoin is the new toy on the block, the new currency on the block, the new asset on the block. It's only been here 8 years. Okay, but if we're just going to use it as a currency, okay, just the Bitcoin protocol alone, just use it as a currency. Listen, there has been many currencies that have come along in replacement of a gold or a silver, okay, and this is just one of those. But remember, I keep repeating this over and over and over again. It's not only about the Bitcoin, it's about the blockchain. And I feel that not only have we not talked about the blockchain in a while, but we just keep skipping over it, not really understanding what is so important about all of this right now. Okay? And why a lot of us that are super into blockchain, you know, we see all thousands of these coins and we're just looking at them like Ponzi schemes. Like I look at it like, again, in the early 90s when all these websites and internet startups were popping up out of nowhere, and after that crash, there was only a handful that survived. That's all I'm seeing. That's what I see with all this. And so, yeah, I don't like it a lot, but I understand that, you know, all of these are going to disappear overnight one day, and then we're going to be into round 2 or round 3. I think we're like round 2 right now, but we still got a long ways to go. Okay, think about how long it took us to get from the .com boom era bust till now, and how far we've come in all the things that we've built. Okay, so all right, guys, I know it was long-winded as usual. I really appreciate you guys listening to me talk about stuff. But to just, you know, put a last little final stamp on this episode, what this episode has really been has been more of you know, who are you, I guess, you know what I mean, and what are you doing out here, and a little bit of a shout out to any YouTubers out there that are still, you know, kind of trying to find themselves in a way. There's a bunch of guys that we know we're already on the same boat, and there's no real reason to explain, I guess, who we are. You know what I mean? Whatever. Who gives a fuck? But the point is that I feel that we should all stick to our strong suits and keep developing that over and over again. And you know, we all have a lot of skills and a lot of knowledge to give in this space. But again, you know, it would be a disservice to everyone else and ourselves if we don't share what really makes us who we are, period, in the story. The reason I feel like I'm, you know, even better, the reason I feel like I'm really good at what I'm doing right now is just because I have a lot of experience doing other things in a similar fashion, and therefore this, you know, it helps me translate this better. So for example, just me being a chef, a business leader, a business owner, all these other things, and just looking at the world from a different perspective, and that perspective, you know, a builder's perspective, you know, that kind of perspective, and seeing what's going on now, I'm just translating all my knowledge and all my skills and all my whatever into this new world in order to help everybody, you know, get to where we need to get. And that's it. So when I see, you know, and I keep using Michael and Box Money because whatever, you know, I'm picking on you today, but I love you, bro. You're one of the best out there, and you know, you're one of my favorites. But I'm just picking on you in the sense it's like, again, the gaming world is such a humongous fucking thing. The whole gamification of like pretty much everything is a major part of where we're going into the future. So please, Michael, please stop thinking that what, you know, talking about video games or how video games and gamification and that whole technology has nothing to do with our future, and just putting it to the side like it doesn't mean anything when it really does. It's so important more now than ever, okay? Because I used to be a gamer like 100 years ago, but if maybe you were talking a little bit more about how all these are integrated, correlated, blah, 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 I might be a little more engaged into like, yeah, maybe I should try this again. You know what I mean? Maybe I wouldn't be wasting my time if I play X, Y, and Z game, because fuck it, I'm wasting an hour and a half of, you know, pure entertainment, which I think is a waste of time because, you know, whatever. But in that hour and a half of entertaining myself, I might be able to earn coinage, which in turn, I didn't really waste any time now, did I? Because the 1.5 hours that I spent, you know, entertaining myself, I actually got paid for. You follow me? I know you guys follow. All right. This is where I come in, okay? I'm just a fucking guy that smokes. See, look, I smoke so much weed, I forgot to light my shit up. But that's what I do, okay? So anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna see if I can put a link to this finished video in one of fucking Michael's videos so that he can watch it, and hopefully he can see all this stuff. And again, this is a shout out to you, dog, all right? And if you feel that you should do the same to me, or anyone out there wants to do the same to me, do it. Just fucking do it. We're all a community here. We should all be family and friends and that whole fucking thing. And look, I'm gonna tell, this is a shout out to everybody out there, okay? I plan on being in the space for a while. There's a bunch of you motherfuckers that are gonna be in the space for a long time, and we're all gonna bump into each other at some point. So either let's be friends now, and again, I don't have to say this to a few people. There's a few people out there that are just super crazy friendly like me and awesome. But I think you guys know out there that are listening to me right now who you guys are. So I've reached out to a bunch of guys just because I'm the nicest, friendliest fucking guy in the world. But hey, if no one chooses to fucking reach back to me, and I'm talking about, you know what, forget it. I don't even want to talk too much about this, but all I'm saying is that let's not forget, guys, it's a small world out there. We need to fucking network and participate and build this humongous community together for everybody, okay? And that's it, okay? We're all different, but we're all on the same mission, all right? And I think we should, you know, hold hands, kumbaya, and lead our, you know, humanity to where they need to be led, okay? Some people are gonna listen to me, some people are gonna listen to this guy, some people are gonna listen to that guy, but at the end of the day, we're all in pretty much on the same trajectory, okay, in the same journey, and that's it, okay? And let's not forget that, because it's gonna come down the line real fucking soon where we're all of us, okay? And I'm not just talking about, you know, me and other YouTubers, but others like you listening right now, where we're all gonna be gathered in the same space, in the same crypto conventions, in the same all that shit, okay? And it's about being 100%, being real, being, you know, who we are, and that's it. And then, you know, right now, it's a really, really, really beautiful time, okay? It's, I mean, you understand, one of the reasons, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, one of the reasons I love Andres Antonopoulos so much is because of the selfless work that he's constantly doing. But, I mean, I remember a few months ago, I don't know how long ago, I'm gonna say a few months ago, when the question came up to him and he was literally asked, you know, how much Bitcoin does he have, or that whole thing. And his answer was 0 or nothing, or almost nothing. And the fact that he, you know, I mean, God, that made me feel so good, because I'm kind of like in a weird same boat, and I feel like a lot of us are. I mean, I'm not heavily invested in this shit just because I don't have the funds. I've a lot of things happen to me, and, you know, long story short, I just believe in this. I believe in this technology. I believe in what the implications of all this has to do for all of us humans on this fucking planet. And this is why I do what I fucking do, all right? And when I saw Andres Antonopoulos pretty much say, yeah, I'm broke as fuck, I'm just doing this because I need to do this for fucking humanity, and blah, 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 I was like, man, wow, this guy is the best motherfucker. You know what I mean? This guy's a real inspiration, you know, one who like him or not. And, you know, sure enough, he he got reciprocated back. You know, people donated and gave him whatever. And because why? Because they all understand the importance of what he's doing, and you know, for us and everything. And you know, a lot of us, you know, like, could not bear to see this motherfucker being so fucking awesome, and he's dead broke to a certain extent. So that's the thing. You know what I mean? I feel like this space is full of all kinds of people, okay? But mostly people which are very giving, which are builders, which want the better future for everybody, and etc., etc., etc. And with that kind of fucking mentality, this is why, you know, this is what is it? The wealth transfer is all about, because all the wealth is concentrated in a few motherfuckers that really do not give a fuck about anyone, all right? I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. And the wealth transfer is happening from them to the group of people, us, that actually do care about humanity. They care about all of us. They care about the future, the building of everything, okay? And that is the main story about the wealth transfer, what all this really fucking means, okay? They're losing all their fucking power, we're getting all the power. But again, once we have that power, it's how we use that power, okay? And this is why all this is so important, okay? Because we have to use it for good, for the betterment of humanity. That's it. We cannot end up being like one of them. All right, guys? All right. I know I had a humongous mouthful today. Again, I wasn't even planning on making it this long, and fuck, it's already a long-ass video, but man, guys, this is why I love doing this, okay? For you guys, and it's just because it means so much on both ends. To me and for you guys, and you know, what we are doing to help everybody else. I mean, sure, taking is good, but giving is so much better. Giving is the ultimate drug, okay? I don't give a fuck. I've done them all. But giving really is the ultimate drug, okay? And this is why I do this every morning. I'm doing it to feed, you know, my need to give. All right? This is my selfishness, okay, when I do these videos. Because I love you guys so much, all right? And I want to help change the world so fucking much in any way that I can for the better. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share the knowledge, share the fucking knowledge, all right? And let's change this world. We have the power to do it. We're doing it already, okay? So, namaste. Shout out to, you know who, and I'll see you guys mañana. We got Throwback Thursday coming up, all right? Thanks again.